Let's get into this real quick, y'all, because I'm need to go to bed early. I am not gonna talk about this song. I'm gonna talk about this real quick. Let's get into the shits. I am so grouchy. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Real Talking Healthy Food. It's your girl. Come on in the room. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Let's get this popping. You can tell by my tone, I am pissed. So I just read the Breonna settlement. I know I'm a day late, but I read this article from Wave 3 News, and it says let me read to you. They settled this. The family made a settlement for $12 million. They're saying it's the largest settlement that has been given, paid by the city, and the officer involved shooting. So, as we all know, Breonna Taylor was murdered by a police officer. Um, in her home on March 13th. We found out hella late. They was trying to sweep it under the rug. She was only 26 at the time. They tried to lock her boyfriend up for doing the right thing because they kicked in her door. They did not announce that they were police. Her boyfriend thought it was a burglary, and he shot at them as he was supposed to do. And they tried to get him in jail, but they got him out. And the family just basically, I guess, a day ago, because I haven't been on it back to back because these types of things like fuck with me spiritually. So like they just it's a deep sadness, and I'm gonna explain why in a second. But the settlement, they said, is aimed at changing some of the departmental policies that have contributed to what the night Taylor was killed, such as the overhaul of the execution of simultaneous search warrants minutes before her death. I'm gonna skip that. I wanted to get to what it includes. Okay, the agreement also mandates that a commanding officer review and give written approval of all search warrants and SWAT um, matrices, documents aimed at calculating the specific dangers of a warrant location. The settlement requires the presence of paramedics whenever the warrant is executed, and because she had bled to death in her apartment the night of the shooting. Other reforms include an early action warning system to identify officers with red flags and the retention of records related to internal officer complaints and investigation. So they're saying that warning, early action. So basically, trying to get to identify officers with red flags. Who's going to be doing this identifying? Is what I want to know. Is it going to be fellow officers? Because we already know that they got a code of conduct amongst themselves. So who's going to be identifying these officers with red flags? Okay, get the fuck. Okay, it is also the police chief's option to choose cases against officers by exemption, allowing an officer to resign or retire without discipline. So basically, if he's cool enough with the sheriff or the sergeant or whatnot, he could get off, but with murder, just like these officers did. The exception option was the most notably used by former LMPD Chief Steve Conrad in the Explorer child abuse case. Conrad allowed the LMPD officer Kenneth Betts to resign from the department in the middle of internal investigation into allegations of sexual misconduct with a minor. That reminds me of Hillary Clinton when those officers found them emails and they ended up dead because of the shit that they found on there, and that lady exposed her. I forgot the lady's name, but she exposed that and was like, these officers needed counseling after the shit that they saw on there. And did y'all know Hillary Clinton? I was waiting for that bitch to go. She had a court date this month. Some kind of way she got away with not being able to go to court. So her lawyer and some lawyers wrote up something where she didn't have to go to court. She had court, I think it was either the 9th or the 13th. And I think you should watch Young Pharaoh. Watch Young Pharaoh's video about that. He goes into all the details. But I was waiting for that shit myself because when I read up on it, they said that she had a court date in September. And I think it was like July when I read that. So I was like, oh, that's a long time. And I remember in my mental mind I was like, I'm gonna set an alert on my phone. I didn't set the alert, but I remembered though when September rolled around, I was like, oh yeah, let me see what that bitch did. But nope, she fucking didn't have to go to court, but let our black asses, okay? Officers handling money during seizures will have to be in pairs and wear body cameras, according to a contract which also requires LMPD to hire a number of social workers to help officers on certain runs. The city also will have to offer housing credits to officers to encourage them to live in Louisville as opposed to surrounding counties, as well as encourage them to perform at least 2 hours of paid community service each week. So you gonna give these, okay, because they do. I did notice that, like the cops, the areas that they be patrolling, they be living in the suburbs but work in the hood. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they're removed from their environments. The settlement pushes the city to bargain for increased drug and alcohol testing and the next round of contract negotiations with the department's FOP. Everyone around the table was dedicated to advancing these reforms for the whole community. Jefferson County Attorney Michael Connell said at today's Tuesday conference before addressing Taylor's mother, Tamika Palmer, Miss Palmer, we tried our best to get a start. How come you just didn't put that bitch in jail for murder though? I mean, can we we're just asking for these cocksucking bitches to pay for their crimes when they murder people when they're in their homes, being regular American people. I'm just saying. High profile civil rights attorney Ben Crump also spoke Tuesday praising local leaders for their passage of new legislation. This ain't over. We can't be done. We cannot be done with this. And watch it. I hope I'm very happy that the Metro Council stood united to pass Breonna's law to abolish these dangerous no-knock warrants. Let's see. So here's a quote from, what is the name? I'm very happy that the Metro Council stood united to pass Breonna's no-knock law. Where is that one quote I just had? Activist Tamika Mallory directed a similar message to Fisher, standing just feet away. If for any reason these officers are not indicted, you must instruct your police department to fire every single one of them on the spot. Louisville Metro government will cover 5 million of the 12 million settlement. A city insurance policy will cover 5 million and the remaining 2 million will come from a trust. 5 million will come from Louisville Metro government. So that means the city got to pay for that. Fisher said the settlement is not admission of officer. Fisher said the settlement is not an admission. Admission, meaning to admit of officer wrongdoing. It's just an acknowledgement of the need for reform and the need for a settlement to take place. Did you guys hear that or am I tripping? Look, what did he just say? Am I interpreting that wrong? Fisher said the settlement is not an admission of an officer wrongdoing. Hold on. What does admission mean?
Here's the definition of admission: a statement acknowledging the truth of something.
Fisher said the settlement is not an admission of officer wrongdoing. It's just an acknowledgement of the need for reform and the need for a settlement to take place. Well, that sums it up right there. You're worth a couple $1,000,000 to get you off our backs. And we're not going to put, if you're an officer and you murder someone, then you're not going to get arrested for murder or being a Chester molester. So pretty much, once you become a cop, you can do whatever the fuck that you want to do. Well, we already knew that. I mean, what a fucking letdown. So did they just see the $12 million and was just like, I miss you and everything, sis, but I need this money? Is that what they did? Did they threaten them in any kind of way to take this money? Because, I mean, hey, if they murk me, take the money. Tell them I said it too. Play the video. Just take the money. I mean, because it ain't like they gonna do what's right. So take the money, ball out. I don't know. It's over now. I mean, it's over now. He ain't gonna go to jail. He ain't gonna pay for this shit. He ain't gonna, nothing's gonna happen. It's the same old shit. I knew it. I fucking knew it. I knew it. Like, so now they're just gonna be stricter with the same shit that they were supposed to be doing in the first place. Like, am I oversimplifying this? You know what I'm saying? So that tells me, as a black chick, if I'm in my spot and my dude's in there and they kick in my door, if they don't got a little piece of paper and verbalize their warrant and identify themselves, and my boyfriend blasts at them as he's supposed to do, and I die. Oh no, but they gonna have EMS on deck, right? So I go on the EMS, but what if I don't make it? And so they still don't get, I mean, what happens in that regard? Like, so that means you tell me if I die, then that's it. Nothing's gonna happen. That's it. That's it. Nobody does shit. You don't serve his time, nothing. But if my black ass goes in, kicks in somebody's door, shoot 10 rounds into their bedroom, then I am going to be executed, right? That's what that tells me flat out. Yo, I'm starting to get real hot. Like literally hot around my fucking neck. So there's the settlement. I'm not going to go off in no rant. My blood pressure is just shooting through the roof because I'm so motherfucking angry. And I'm not gonna come about myself on this motherfucking camera right motherfucking now. But I am pissed the fuck off. And that's it. She's worth $12 million. She's worth $12 million and a few changes. Well, I wonder what's gonna happen next. I'm getting off this. Let me know what y'all think in the comments below. I'm pissed. I cannot appreciate that. It is what it is, right? Um, so rest in peace, Breonna Taylor. I guess you worth $12 million, boo. And let me know what you think. Make sure you like this, share this, share if you care, share if you care, especially if you're a Care Bear. I'm really saddened by this. All the way around, all the way around. So let me know what you think. I'm out.